I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Rockstar podcast. I am your host, Louis Vince, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on?
And Jab Star Supreme.
Back like I never left.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2 in a row.
All right.
You're on a roll now.
On a hot streak.
You're on a hot streak.
One
Hopefully,
more. He's on fire. You know what it is.
hopefully no one buries you in between the weeks.
Right? I'm watching.
Well, he's gonna get a casket match.
He's gonna lose one match and then he's gonna fuck his whole momentum.
Jacob's gonna call out of work and steal my spotlight.
They're gonna put you in a
spot.
glass case and then
Yeah.
pour cement in, and then we're never gonna see you again.
Damn, you gonna Paul Bearer me? Paul
Yeah.
Bearer me? That's crazy.
The most thorough burial ever.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are continuing the verdict,
Yes.
and this week is D.O.A. Dead or Alive
This was a good week.
from 2006.
Yeah.
I will say I did enjoy this better than Silent Hill.
Yeah, it was just a more fun movie. Way more fun.
Yeah.
Way
Yeah.
more fun.
But just keep your excitement because next week it's another Wimbo movie.
Oh boy. The legend. So, like usual, before we get into the verdict,
Yeah.
I have to ask around anything new in the world of pop culture or whatever it is.
I will say Ghost of Tsushima came out this week.
Oh yeah,
Getting rave reviews. I can't wait to play it, but I promise I'll play Last of Us 2 first, so I'm going through that real fast right now.
I'm tempted. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of good things, but like I told you, specifically today, I have seen nothing but the best of both worlds. That game has some of the most hilarious jank I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it also has some of the coolest like gameplay. When you sit down and do it right, it looks amazing. So that's the type of game I like. A game that's when it's working is cool to play.
Yeah.
But also it has just sometimes your horse is gonna bug out
Yeah.
and flip upside down. I don't know. Sometimes your leg's gonna go through the ground. You know what I'm saying? You get characters doing the stanky leg. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of funny things that I love it. I love this. That's one of the reasons why I love video games, because you just sometimes see stuff you're not supposed to see happen. So shout outs to them getting all the good positive publicity. I don't know if you heard about the new change to Metacritic because of Last of Us 2 and people abusing the system.
Yeah.
But so starting with Ghost of Tsushima, they actually got on social media and said it. Metacritic made a statement about people abusing the rating system, the user ratings, because they don't like either the people involved or something, but they haven't played the game.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're just making a review bombing is what it's called.
Yes.
So they made it mandatory, or at least as much as you can, because people could fake it, but
Yeah.
they want you to have played the game in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how you verify this. Please help me, Mark. How you verify this? Do you have to show your sticker, a UPC code?
So
what? That makes no sense.
Is it by their Metacritic score? It's usually by like people of like reporters and things like that. Though
It's two scores.
it's
There's
scores.
the critical score, which is the media,
Yeah.
and then there's user score, which is everybody else, basically.
Okay.
Anybody and everybody who could go to the website.
So how
There
you
we go.
tell? How can you tell if someone actually played the game?
I
and
don't-
reviewing.
See, Mark, that's the thing I don't know.
Maybe,
I don't know how they're doing it.
or maybe what they should do is kind of like like the trophy sites that they have all the trophies and they give you like little signs that like indicates that you played the games, but they actually see your PlayStation login and your trophies.
Yeah, I mean,
I could see something like that, and that you have to log in your PSN account, like your PSN name, so they could see that you played the game and you actually have time on the game. Because honestly, if you log into anything, you don't even have to need password. I could see how much time you put on the game.
so okay, I'll just give it to you as plainly as they wrote it here. Basically, they put up a little note.
Okay.
When you go to look at the game to submit a review, you can see the review, the critics review score, right?
Okay.
So next to that, it says, please spend some time playing the game. Come back to review it starting at 12 p.m. PST on July 18th. And that was the notice they gave to media, non-outlets and stuff. There's no
way you could beat that game in one day.
no way they could verify that. So it basically was just them delaying the ability to review it.
Yeah.
That's
like,
it.
Like, I honestly, like what I say, it makes, I think that could be a way to do it. Is it like their websites, like again, there's like achievement websites, there's trophy websites. You log in your name and it gives you all your stats of the game. Before you go in to review a game, you have to log in your thing and they have to see your stats. If you see that you've been on the game, or you platinum the game, or you're halfway through it, then they allow you to review. But then again, some people are that petty that they'll have one trophy and then they just to review and then fucking curse the game out. Who knows?
So now is the controversy is there's not people not really playing the game, they're just giving out scores and that's it?
I feel
it's a common thing that it happened ever since people started taking note of user score.
Yeah.
Before it was only the meta score, and people non-game or media outlets, when people would talk about Metacritic, they would always go, it's biased.
Yeah.
So then they started letting more and more of the user scores be visible in a way that it almost, I don't want to say it equals the critic score, but it's okay. If I go to look at Metacritic, I will easily see both of these scores here, and I can just make my judgment.
Yeah.
And then so people started abusing that, obviously, because people on the it sucks that gamers can't just be nice and be happy that they can sit and play an electronic game, and then instead of just being angry troll like people who bitch about everything. So that's just what it is. And ever since I want to say, it's probably been about a few years since this has been a thing.
Yeah.
But specifically, like for EA games, specifically for any publisher, like if you hear about a certain studio and there's like, there was crunch, people start being like, this game was made from the blood of developers, fuck you. And it's like, so people try to take the moral high ground.
Yeah.
But that's not what this should be used for.
Or understanding the issues or anything that's going on either. It's crazy.
So this is what happened. And the last one to get a real screwed up score was Last of Us, which just came out.
Yeah,
so
Last of Us 2.
They decided to change up things real quick. But since I'm looking at this and it really just has no form of verification, this is hilarious. Whatever.
See, now people are just gonna fuck with the system now. So now people are just like, all right, we'll wait till 12 o'clock to bitch about the game.
Yeah. But what they're saying is, so far, most of the reviews don't seem to be those type of bullshit reviews, which is good.
Okay.
They said at the moment of the article, I think this was Polygon, and it was just saying, oh no, this was an official Sony blog, so they were just putting that out there. But 450 reviews, and it seems as if people are being reasonable.
I'm playing Last of Us 2 right now, and I would say the game itself, gameplay wise and shit like that, it's amazing. But I could see it not being a person's kind of game. This game is not gonna make you happy. This game is gonna make you feel a certain way. It's gonna make you feel it's gonna give you a feeling, an eerie feeling. It's gonna make you not like the characters. It's gonna make you dislike people in this game and things like that, and that's the purpose of it. It's giving you a story that is not a freaking like
You're talking about Last of Us 2, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's just it's a game that is just not gonna make you feel good. It's a really fucked up game, and the characters are just like, if you really get into the story and how the characters react and how they all entwine without spoiling it, it's just really fucked up.
Yes.
It's a really messed up game, but it's not for. I think it's not for the faithful heart. Like it's not for the, like, if you're not that kind of person to play a game like that, this might not be for you. But if don't give it a bad review if you're not going to experience it. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's 100% understandable. There's a lot of reviews that I've seen. The game was just not for them. They didn't feel that way. This is not the kind of game they want to relax to, things like that. And it's not a game to relax to. But on the other hand, if you want a story, if you're fine with the cringe, you're fine with the blood, you're fine with things like that, I think you really enjoy the story. I've been enjoying the story so far. I see where it's going, and I've been really liking the game. It's just I could see why what things that people are like aiming at, and there's some of them are just random, like on the character themselves, and just like, oh, why is she gay? Why is she brolic? Why is she this? And it's like, oh, shut the fuck up and just play the fucking game.
Yeah, you know, but there's a lot of
People are just jealous of the girl's arms. She was there's one
there's
girl,
a lot
she's
of,
jacked. She's jacked.
Yeah, she's a character, but I can understand why people don't like her. This is a story thing. Unfortunately, because of the internet, you can't avoid everything. So I heard some stuff. I didn't even read it. I just saw some stuff.
People are just mad because they can't get arms like her. That's why.
True.
Yo,
But
she's
again, that whole thing, that's just kind of what sucks about culture in general at this point, because there are unfortunately a lot of dudes who can't keep their negative thoughts to themselves because free speech. But you do know that you can say whatever you want, but people do get the option to judge you after you say your dumb bullshit.
Yeah, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but the also person that like next to you has the right to say what they want to.
They have the right to judge you and call you an asshole for saying these things that make why okay. What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
One thing, one thing I actually liked about the game, and then this is a very short term time with it, because I'm not that far in. I'm probably maybe 25% in. So the one thing I noticed, because the big conversation is you play two different characters. I'm not gonna say who they are or something like that, but one is a really, like, she looked like she was military trained, like from the day she came out of the wound. Cause she's brolic she has guns. She's like Rhea Ripley.
Like China.
She look kind of like Rhea Ripley too. Like she has like she's like China. Like she's mad brolic, but her gameplay into a point, like if say for instance a zombie comes after you, she can knock the fucking zombie out. Like she could punch the zombie and knock the fuck out. Like Ellie can't. Like, you gotta stab them quite a few times before they die. She like beats them with their hands, and I'm like, I like the difference of the gameplay. So I was like, that was cool. Anyway, game's good. I'll say play it for yourself. Be your own judge. I say the game might not be for everyone, but if you like that kind of horror, maybe mystery, kind of crazy shit that's going on in the game kind of thing, and you can have a good enough stomach to deal with it, go play it. It's a great game.
Okay. And what type of game is it? A third-person shooter?
It's a third-person. I don't like calling it a zombie game. It's kind of a zombie game, but it's not. But because I feel like the gameplay, the story itself is more about the people in this world than the actual zombies and finding like what started it, what cured it, and things like that. I feel the story is more about the people that are surviving around it and how they interact with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'll say play it. Play it. Play Ghost too.
Also, it's exclusive too. Both of the games are exclusive. That's the thing.
Yeah, Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch.
So like these will not be on any other systems at all.
It's funny. It's funny. It's that Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch also created two of PlayStation's like icons, Sly Cooper and Jack and Dexter.
There's a Sly Cooper armor in Ghost of Tsushima.
I hope so. I would love that.
What?
No, you don't.
That's
You don't look like him. It's the color scheme. It's
Okay.
not-
Yo, imagine you just cell shaded, just look mad out of place.
That'd be good.
The game
Why
you can
not?
play black and white, which is cool.
Why not?
You can make it like a
Kurosawa
samurai movie.
Mm-hmm. And it looks amazing when people play it right.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I own it. I picked it up. I can't wait to play it. But I gotta finish Last of Us 2 first. I think it's a game for you though.
My initial impression of what the game was something different.
Yeah.
So when they first showed the gameplay trailer, it looked like it was more Tenchu meets Assassin's Creed, but the more I see it played, it plays more like there's a certain game where you have to slash dodge. Like I forget what it was. It came out a while ago. Not Sekiro.
Neo?
Not that hard.
Neo?
Yeah, a little bit.
Neo?
A little bit. Yeah, Neo. A little more, but not as hard. It's just the formula.
Okay.
It's the you can't just wail on a dude and overpower him. You have to use the systems to make your move and take them out.
Assassin's Creed is kind of like that now.
Now, yeah, that's true. The evolution of the fighting
Yeah,
system.
like
You're right.
from Odyssey and Origins, they kind of changed the gameplay towards that.
And the Tenchu part was what I thought the stealth was, but I just keep hearing it. More and more people say the stealth is not satisfying. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that's the thing I wanted from the game.
That's the one thing I heard about
Yeah,
it too.
I watched the IGN review, and they said the same thing. Like, everything was great about this game, but the stealth is trash.
And I'm like, it's just like that's the whole. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I thought that was the dichotomy of the character itself.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, you either play honorably like a samurai, or you play like a scumbag ninja.
Yeah.
And to hear that the scumbag ninja part is just not as fun as playing it straight kind of sucks, because that's the reason that I come to a lot of any games with ninjas is I love this. I love when a company can do stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's part of the reason I didn't get into Sekiro as much, because I know that game is a Tenchu game at heart,
Yeah.
but you can't play it as stealthily as you could play as a Tenchu game.
Okay.
That kind of. And to hear that this game is just like, why bother with stealth? Like, man, that sucks. So I'll probably wait till it's on sale.
You should definitely check out Last of Us then, because it's you could be very stealthy in that game.
That is true. That is actually true.
That's
I
how
have to play the first one. That's the thing.
I did
have it.
yeah. I did
So
like
I should
30% of the game, and I used like maybe 5 bullets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm hearing. But you can use the glass, you can use bricks, you can use all types of stuff. You
Yeah.
can make things to kill people. It's very inventive and very involved. So
Yeah.
it sucks to hear the ninja game is not as good as that.
Yeah, I feel like the mechanics of the stuff could be fixed if they do a patch or two. For what I was reading and what I've been looking at, I feel like it could be fixed if it got a patch or two. But yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah, because they said the AI when it comes to the stealth part is not good.
Okay.
yeah,
Like the stealth mechanics is good, just not just the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the AI is dumb.
Again, though, I've seen some glitches that are hilarious. I've seen the dual system fail, where the dual. Okay, so in Tsushima, there's a system where they have the basically honor duels, where you can challenge the strongest warrior in the camp, and you stand there in the bold stance. You don't move. You unflinching, and then it becomes like this cinematic moment, and then you give you a few tense seconds of you waiting to see who's gonna make the first move.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious where he made the challenge. Shout out to avoiding the puddle, because he's always funny anyway. But like, there's a clip of he put it up, and then he goes to the camp, he makes the duel. The guy walks out from the back wherever he was, and he just continues to walk in a straight line right past him. And then so he goes, wait, so do I press the button or not? and then he presses the button and he immediately gets hit in the back of the head. It is just it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, dude, it had me rolling. So the jank in the game is great. The jank in the so it's not every time you play the game you're gonna get a busted thing. But hey, listen, I'm one of those people that, hey, if your game is 99% perfect, and no, I'll take 80-20.
Yeah.
Your game is
80-20.
80%, and the rest of it is all like superficial bugs. I will take that. If it's none of it is game breaking, I will take that. If you tell me,
I shouldn't be shocked. Because I'm used to the 80-20 with WWE versus games.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's like 60-40 now. This past year, that's like 50-50. Oh my god.
Yeah, nah, it was 60-40 the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you right.
It was 40-60, yeah.
Yeah, you right. So, but what I was saying is, when it's a game that you can see the polish, you're never gonna sit there and go, damn, I hope my game doesn't freeze on me. Like, it's not that bug. It's not that type. No, not those types of bugs. It's not game breaking bugs. It's just funny things where, like, sometimes, you know how geometry is with the characters. We're still not there yet. You can't just always place a character next to a thing that's maybe a foot off the ground and expect him to stand on it and not have his foot bug out.
Yeah.
So that
shout out to Nintendo for never having a busted game.
Oh snap! Wait a second.
'Cause-
How dare you? No, stop it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Zelda's been solid. I haven't had an issue with it yet.
Zelda's one of the.
Zelda's got.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mark. I'm gonna just school him for a
Go
second.
ahead.
Zelda has bugs in a different way. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And if you want to find them out, look for them because they are amazing. There's some bugs. Okay, there's one bug in particular I will give you for free. There's a bug with the shield. There's a shield and the time stopping, or what is it with the objects you can stop in the air and things, like you can freeze an item.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a bug with if there's an item in the world and Link can stand on it. So you can it has to be done like, I don't know if it's perfect timing, but there has to be some timing to it. You get the item, you stasis it, you hit it as many times as you can before you know the cooldown is going to run out. You jump and put Link on top of it and then just let it rip.
Yeah. And he just goes.
Yes. You need to do that.
Okay.
If you haven't done that, you need to do that. Find something big and flat.
Because I literally just updated the stasis thing. I have stasis plus now. So I'm going to try that out.
You're in for some fun. It's not supposed to work the way it works. I'll put it this way. There's like a speed run of, as soon as you get that, it basically is just you can go anywhere from the beginning. Well, not beginning of the game, from as soon as you get that, you can just zip across the map.
Yeah.
Using that glitch, and it's hilarious. So yeah, no, it's in a different way.
Because I understand the mechanics, because there's shrines in that game where you have to hit it a certain amount so it could go up or over a certain thing. So I could even, mind you, I've thought about it. Listen, I play this game high 95% of the time. So there'd be times I'm like, yo, if I could launch myself over this wall if I had the item. If I had an item and I could just ching, 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 jump on it and watch myself go. Yeah, now I want to try it now.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Because I've always thought about it, and I'm like, damn, does that really work?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
So that's going to be a fun time for you.
Okay. I'm going to eat a cookie later and watch myself giggle for 2 hours.
One of the worst Nintendo ones that had a shitload of glitches was Mario Sunshine.
Okay. What's in that game?
There was a lot of like facial movements. There was a lot of like, if you're in the certain colors, his body moves in certain ways and shit.
Okay.
Nintendo has them. It's just that I don't think they're like pointed out directly, because usually Nintendo does it in a way that you could tinker with it. Like Zelda, especially Breath of the Wild, is made to really like try shit out. Like they give you the tools.
Right.
Try it out. It might work.
It's like, and I want to say that's one of the Nintendo's first games where they really mess with physics like that. Because before that, Nintendo wasn't a company known for playing with physics. They weren't known for that Dark Souls ish style that game has, where you can beat the game from the beginning. Like, there's a lot of things that game innovated on for Nintendo. Like, where they took the ideas and brought it together and made a whole different thing. So that game is special.
It
is. I'm going through it now. It's kind of dope because I have like a 50-50 where I'm not sure in which direction I should go, but I kind of like that I could just go in either direction of the map and figure out certain ways to like open things up.
Yep.
So it is cool in that respect.
Yes, that is probably one of the I would give it up for that being one of the greatest games of this passing generation of games.
Like, they made,
and I'm not a Zelda guy at all. Historically speaking, I never liked any of them.
That game is made to explore. That game is explore. Like, that's what Nintendo gives you in the beginning of the game. Here, this is your world. Have fun.
Yep. Go. Once you get that glider, all right, figure out which way you're gonna do to get to wherever you need to get to.
And then with the DLC, you get a
motorcycle.
Yeah, DLC, you get like a motorcycle, like a hover motorcycle and shit too.
Yeah.
No shit.
Huh. It's good. It's a good game. Like, I finished it. The only things I did not finish was the seeds.
Okay.
There was way too many of them, and I got tired of looking for them. I got all the shrines. I did everything. I like 100%. I almost 100% in that game. It was a fantastic game. I enjoyed every moment of it, and there's just so much shit you can play around with.
Yeah.
It's Skyrim, but it feels a lot. It's a lot more fun Skyrim.
Okay. I get that.
I like Skyrim, but I found Zelda Breath of the Wild a lot more fun.
Okay. I was thinking about what's going to be the new game that takes Skyrim's place.
Well, Witcher.
That's going to be on everything next generation.
Cyberpunk.
It can't just be Skyrim again.
Cyberpunk.
No. I mean, maybe.
It's
but I'm talking about the game that keeps getting remade over and over again.
GTA?
Skyrim. GTA 5, Skyrim.
Oh, yeah, it's GTA 5. You're right. It is.
They're doing it again.
Yeah.
They're
doing it again.
You're right.
And you know what sucks? If I get a PS5, I'm gonna buy it again. I'll admit it. I enjoyed. That's the first GTA game I ever like completed the story.
Okay.
Like to its entirety. Like, I love Vice City, but I never finished the story.
They're making it. I know for Xbox, on the Xbox side, they're making it. If you do own GTA 5 on the current console, you automatically get an update for the new one.
Nice.
On the Xbox, I'm not sure about PS5.
Too. That's news too. That Microsoft is ending production for 2 of the systems.
Yeah.
They're ending, and this is weird. Like, but I guess I get it. But they're ending the One X. They're ending the One X and the S all digital, which is like, damn. Now I kind of want to get that for collector's purposes. But yeah, they're actually. I think the message came out like sometime last week, and it was like, no, this is not in the future. This is now.
It's the X. I thought it was the S.
Like, that's it. We're not making any more.
Yeah,
we're going straight into.
Yeah, aren't they canceling the subscriptions now too?
No, they're canceling the year one.
It's the way you get it. You can't buy it a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, you can still get that a different way. I think it's like the option is just gone from a menu somewhere.
They're making it more as when you do the Xbox Live, you have it with the Game Pass automatically.
Is the price changing? Do you know?
I think it was It was still $60 for the whole year, but I think what they're gonna do is, instead of having it a yearly thing, I think they're gonna keep it doing every 3 months.
Really?
And then the Game Pass, I think it's like $25 for 3 months, and you get all the games in Game Pass. You get the xCloud service, and you also get the and then it goes on both systems.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's gonna be
Xbox, so
that's gonna be interesting.
That's crazy.
Because the Game Pass is like cool doing good things.
You just reminded me another cool thing. Speaking of the going in between systems and stuff, was the the system I had mentioned to you, I think it was last week, called Parsec,
Mm-hmm.
where you can. So it was the service that lets you basically be able to play. I'd used the example of retro games, but play games like that online with other people because it's like a server that you're accessing. So I got more like clarification on what it is. Something called, I've never heard of it. It's called a virtual machine, I think it is, or a yeah, I think that was the thing that one of the guys from Giant Bomb had used, something called virtual machine, where it's basically just hey, somebody's hosting this and you can access it. But what I didn't know that they used it for was they used it for that. I don't know if I might as well ask if you guys watched it. Did you get to see the Ubisoft presentation last week?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I got
Watch
to watch
Dogs
that.
Legion
Watch
and the Valhalla.
Yeah, Watch Dogs and Valhalla. So I got to see that. It looks okay. Nothing that blew my socks off. I'm kind of more interested in Watch Dogs, although I feel the marketing is kind of like they're up their own ass.
Yeah.
A little bit. But what I heard about that experience was that people in the games industry and again, media in general who cover games, they got to use that to play the demo, and that was a part of that. I don't know if anybody read the headline that was recently put out by like a bunch of different games news organizations that E3 and Microsoft specifically because of COVID and the way they want to do E3 now, a lot of companies are thinking about letting players play the demos
Yeah.
of the unfinished games that they would get to play if they went to E3.
Yeah.
And so people actually in practice it got to work.
Yeah.
So after that, people had got to play. I think before that because they had embargoes and couldn't talk about it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They got to use Parsec to play the game, to basically play E3 demos before or just in general, period, not before anything.
Yeah.
They got to play E3 demos, and they used that system. And what they said was, "Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
This is better than Stadia." And hearing that one, you go like, "Damn, already?"
I'm very curious. Like when you were talking about last week about doing the retro games online and whatnot. I see Xavier Woods use something. He's using something. I don't know what he's using.
They're using, I believe that a lot of people, mad people now, using Parsec. Video games. They're using Parsec to play like old obscure Nintendo games, like that had 2-player. Like what?
I might have to look into that.
And I don't know what the fees are for it, but to hear people say that they've already started doing the E3 demos using that and it's good, is like, wow, that's crazy.
They're sitting on gold. Then
the biggest thing is your internet connection is going to be the issue, depending on where you're.
Not 100% because it's yes and no. Yes, because I mean, if your internet is trash, there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a regular internet connection, not a super internet connection, I'm hearing no, it won't be an issue because you can have it. I don't know how you search it. Maybe you can, but what I've heard is that they host it in different spots. So because it was Ubisoft, they had Ubisoft Montreal. That's on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And apparently they have offices in New York. So depending on where it's being hosted from, can change your experience.
Yeah.
So should you try it and we're getting it from a person who's hosting on the East Coast, it could be flawless. That's the thing. I mean, but also peak hours apply because it's pandemic, and if everybody and their grandma gets on it, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
You know, that's not.
But
now.
it's interesting. I'm actually going to look into it prior after this cast and just really see what it is, because to play it like especially some of the retro games online and able to do videos and stuff like that actually would be kind of fun.
That'd be great for us.
To be able to play E3 stuff, I kind of Oh, that was the other thing that they brought up. They were basically saying this might be the nail in the coffin for E3.
Hey,
if that system becomes widespread, accepted for everybody in the industry, and it continues to work at that capacity, dude, there's no reason to have anybody. Because they said there was a system where you queue up, right?
Yeah.
And when you queue up and it's your turn, they give you a demoist, which is the people who will be wearing badges at E3 to help. So literally, they have devised a system to hire a person to guide you through the demo online.
Yeah.
There's no reason to go to E3 anymore. That's
know what? So then, let me ask you this: what's a good price point then for that?
For this,
like, let's say if they're like, okay, we announced it, anybody could come in and try these E3 games out, but we're gonna charge a certain fee for, let's say, the normal people that's not in the industry.
I'll put it this way: it depends on the duration. If that E3 thing is only for E3 time, I could say do it for like $10, $15.
Yeah, they ain't paying
$20. No more than $20. You can't, because you can't do it for that much.
So I remember E3 in the city. There was one of the first ones in the city. They allowed, other than general people in the business, they allowed fans to do it. The tickets were $300.
Yes. Yeah. There's no reason. Like, again, if you're not going to a physical space, and they don't have to pay for that booth, they don't have to pay for the booth space, they don't have to pay for the building. There's no reason to charge human beings that much money. So I could see it being either free $99, or I could see it being something reasonable like $10, $20.
If E3 goes, like, this is the thing. Like, honestly, this year, no matter, even with the pandemic not happening, E3 would have been a kind of a weak show this year because a lot of people dropped out. There was not a lot of people being on there.
Yeah, because of the security thing.
Because PlayStation PlayStation was out of it, like, even way before anything happened. PlayStation was like, nah, we ain't doing it.
Yeah,
Nintendo was out.
But after that security breach happened, where all those people's information was leaked, a lot of people were like, no, we're not doing E3 anymore because of the board. They didn't handle it. They didn't handle the situation of people's information getting leaked properly. Yeah. And that just collapsed the entire thing. So, yeah, it was going to die and change into something else regardless.
Yeah. What it could do and what it could be, I think, this is just my opinion and that's it. If E3 can make itself kind of like San Diego Comic-Con.
So what are they doing now?
As in, San Diego Comic-Con is the con to look at. With the exclusive figures, to the exclusive movie trailers, to the first look at this, first look at that, first look at this, first look at that, and it's for everybody. Everyone can go in, buy tickets to go and enjoy it. And this one can be just straight a video game convention with every creator having a chance to showcase their game, and also you could have like people selling shit and things like that, but it'd be more a convention of them showing the new exclusives and things like that, because that's what San Diego Comic-Con does. The first movie trailers you get for like the Marvel movies is from San Diego Comic-Con. First trailers you get from TV shows are San Diego Comic-Con. Comic previews, toy exclusives, all San Diego Comic-Con. New York is not even shit to that.
Well,
New York
see,
Comic-Con
that's why.
sucks compared to that.
Yeah, I understand.
Tell me how you really feel, Jay Dizzle.
Your Comic-Con sucks.
But I would say I understand why you want it to be like that, but what you described is PAX.
No, and that's the thing, is like I feel like E3 is going to go in that direction, is the fact that if people are, if as the media is not wanting to go there as it is, what can you do to make it that everyone wants to go there?
I'll be honest with you. I don't want it to be where I don't want anybody there. Period. I liked E3 when there was nobody there, no public. I liked it when it was all industry.
I wouldn't mind it still that way either.
That's what drew me to E3. I don't care about what makes the fans happy when they go there, because they weren't allowed. Yeah. Like once they started kowtowing to fans and trying to devise a way to charge people obscene amounts of money, that's kind of when I didn't want to go anymore. Like, I'll tell you the story about the one time I could have possibly went, but unfortunately that was the end of the store. Was when I was at the Pokemon Center, because I found out after we had gone on to MagFest that the employees of the Pokemon Center were valid to go to E3. Like I had talked to people, and when we went to MagFest, they were telling me, "Oh yeah, we went to E3 like 2 years ago or last year and whatnot, because Nintendo." Yeah. But when they closed the store and turned it to Pokemon, we didn't work there anymore, so I didn't get my chance. But that's what I was going to do. was just go working for Pokemon from the store to go to E3, and that would have been me in industry.
Yeah.
I personally, I like conventions, and I like the vibe that conventions have, but I don't like that vibe for E3.
Yeah.
I
agree.
never did.
I've been to 2 E3s because when I worked in GameStop, they gave us tickets to see it. Especially if you're a manager, you actually got invited to.
Yeah, that's what specifically they were bringing that up. Like some of the managers were the ones that were able to go.
Yeah. So I was able to go to 2. The big thing about that, like I understand, I honestly understand 100% like what you're saying, and in that general, like if it just goes back into being the industry and then just the industry itself, I'm fine with that. But I'm looking at like Sony doesn't care about the industry. They don't want it. They want the people that buys their games to see their stuff, not the people that are going to review the games. And that was a big reason why they turned off beyond that. It was just the fact that we could do our one ourselves, and we could actually have fans here. And that was one of their big things about doing their own separate thing.
Well, see, that's also because they own a theater.
Yeah. They own quite a few theaters.
They're low key scumbags because I won't say scumbag.
Yeah.
I think somebody forgot who they were. At some point, they forgot they were that big, and then they woke up and they went, "We're too big for this.
Yeah.
Why do we care about trying to be buddy with everybody when we're like at the time they're like number 1.
Yeah.
We make more money than everybody. We own more physical things than anybody knows because they own theaters. They own plants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They are not having the pandemic.
Movie studios.
Yeah.
Movie studios. Like they have everything. They are the biggest game company, period. Like Nintendo, I understand they're more beloved. They are not Sony. They are not. They do not own the amount of stuff that Sony owns.
Yeah, but Sony's not just a game company though. Sony's a electronic company.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can't match that. It's sorry. Microsoft would be the one who could, but they just haven't turned that way. There's no Microsoft movie studios. There's Microsoft game studios.
Yeah.
So so for them, it's understandable.
Actually, no, yet because Halo's movie is still the Halo TV show. I think is produced by Microsoft Studios,
really?
And that's coming. So Microsoft might be owning a movie studio soon.
Listen, I wish them well, and I hope it's good. I don't want Halo to flop.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way.
I think it's a TV series on Showtime.
But the point I'm making is, I remember when the downfall of Sony being at E3 was the 2 years before. Not 2 years. It was the year before they left out. Was when they had that event at the Sony Theater.
Yeah.
They had an intimate event. They made a ton of buzz about what the next things they were doing.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we don't need E3. Also, that was probably the first year that somebody had the balls to have a big streaming event like that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When they took the big, they said, well, we have a theater. We're going to have an intimate event. But we're also going to invite everybody who's a fan by stream. And then that was essentially what turned the tide of like, oh, we don't need this.
But wasn't that also the year of Spider-Man and God of War?
I think so.
Yeah, that would do it.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like 2 of the biggest fucking games that came out like on that year, and that year itself was, I think it was probably one of the best gaming years in quite some time too.
I mean, if not just for the system itself, for the brand itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely. But like, I knew they were taking notice of it once they had that event, and once they started streaming their event.
Yeah.
Then it basically became, oh, when's Sony's event?
Yeah.
Oh, when's E3? And then, oh, is Microsoft gonna follow suit? They never followed suit. That's the thing. They wanted to stay buddy with the ESA, while Sony was like that. Apparently, that organization is trash. Yeah. I don't know.
No, so it's gonna be interesting what they're gonna do. Like it's going to, you'll see by next year and seeing if places are getting crowds again in that time period, if it's actually gonna happen again or if it's gonna be like this again.
The unfortunate, I will say this is speculation, but this is unfortunately what Giant Bomb has been told, and it's this is the actual first time I'm hearing anybody say it in this way. They saying they may not be going back to their offices until 2021.
That makes sense.
That's crazy. So, and they work for CBS. That's the thing. They work for a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate.
It makes 100%
they are
sense.
not going back to work and potentially until next year, then who even knows what the landscape for what the events are going to look like next year? God damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But if doing a shit like this too, and it saves a lot of money, I don't think anyone's gonna go further suit if this is, if it's doing the job and it's saving them a shitload of money, not going to E3, renting a booth, renting all the TVs and the people to showcase their things and things like that.
And it's gonna make it seem like it's for the fans, and not because it's the best, cheapest way to do it.
Yeah. It is the best, cheapest thing.
Oh, we're gonna make it more fan based.
Yeah,
and you're gonna play the games now, and they can really shift it that way too.
Yeah. And they just use the perfect keywords for it. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
that's
fun.
all they need to do, really.
Fans.
That's true.
For you, thank you.
Right now, it's the race for that.
Yeah.
Let's see who's gonna build that convention where it's gonna be more people focused and people get to try things, and
that's gonna be it's gonna be a different thing for E3, depending on what E3 wants to do too. If they want to keep it as like that, then I'll say keep it in the industry and keep it in that sense and keep it that way. But if you're trying your best to make the money off of it, and the rate that we're going is going to be like, kind of line up kind of like San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, God. I really do. Like, I like it being its own thing.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why I like CES?
Yeah.
Like, even, that's
consumer electronics.
Like, I believe it's open
Expo.
to the public, but it's not this big grandiose thing where you got to make a big spectacle. But the cool thing is that's where you learn about things that are coming out, like maybe 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Or that may not ever. You'll probably see prototypes of things that may never come out. Remember the roll-up TV?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when they first showed that at CES, I was like, that's ridiculous and stupid, but it's awesome.
Like, the perfect example is Toy Fair.
Oh, okay.
Toy Fair has not changed their ways of doing things ever. Now this year they might have to because the whole pandemic, but their next show is into next July anyway. The Toy Fair like came and gone already in March, so it won't be into next March anyway. But depending on but that's what they did. It was always in the Javits Center too. Javits Center had it, so it doesn't matter. It's crazy how it's gonna be and how they're gonna do it. But now you also have all these companies doing their own little, like Hasbro's doing their Fridays, Marvel Fridays, Star Wars Friday, Power Ranger Friday, and they all announce they announced that the Giant Sentinel. They announced the new G.I. Joe's 3-inch figures. They announced the Power Ranger Lightning Collection, Dino Thunder Ranger, and things like that. So they have their own events now, and they've been doing that. So like even with Toy Fair not being there, they're gonna announce their shit. Next week is because again you also have San Diego Comic-Con was supposed to be next week. So all that shit's coming out next week.
I'd love to see what's going to go down with that. Hey, you saw Disney World opened up.
Yeah. No, there's no San Diego Comic-Con, but they are going to be announcing things. There's going to be a lot of like San Diego Comic-Con exclusives that's supposed to be there. There's going to be a lot of movie trailers, a lot of trailers and galore. But then again, a lot of things got delayed as well.
Understandable.
Yeah. So it's a lot of talk, but it's a lot of things we'll look to the future for it. But right now, pretty much it is what it is until people could fucking wear a mask. Stop bitching about it.
Yeah, I mean, blows my mind. The entitlement of the entitlement in this country is hilariously bad.
Yeah, it is, and that's what's gonna make it.
Because you think everything is a goddamn conspiracy. Jesus. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but man, people need to learn how to help each other out instead of just getting mad about shit. Dude, it's crazy. I don't want to help you. I'm gonna get mad and cause a fit and be made a fool of on somebody's phone on tele. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You know what time it is? Fucking relax.
Yep.
Relax, y'all. So we might as well get into this movie.
Let's get into the verdict.
Talk about
Yeah.
So before we get into the good, the bad, and the funny in D.O.A, I just want to give a shout out because when I looked at the movie, I stayed to the credits to see at least who the director was and like main people. And so I saw the name Corey Yuen, and I'm like, I've seen his name before.
Okay.
And what I knew him for was fights, like fight scenes or kung fu movies.
Yeah.
And like when you scroll through his IMDb, oh yeah, like he's in Hero.
Yeah.
He's Uncle Paul in Hero. He's like that's the main one I know because I know Hero.
Yeah.
But there's things going back to like you go through there's things going back to 1968. Like he's in Fist of Fury.
Yeah.
He's in a lot, like kind of the what's of old school kung fu movies and like martial arts movies. He's in there. Like just maybe as like an extra and things. And I guess maybe he used that to become either a director of kung fu movies or a fight choreographer or things like that. Like a stunt coordinator doing stunts. Like you just see like his credits, dude. Like he's got a ton of stuff.
Yeah, especially in Hong Kong. Especially in like Hong Kong and
you know, he's a Chinese martial artist, so he's definitely in the Hong Kong scene.
And then he was in he directed Transporter.
Yes. So that's like the one big crossover.
Yeah. Only the first Transporter.
Most people probably say it's the best one.
Exactly.
See, I don't know about
Transporter
2. I don't remember Transporter 2 and 3. I really don't.
I know it's same premise, just different chick.
Although I will say,
because it even starts the same way.
Yeah.
I will say, ain't nothing messing with Crank. Crank 2.
Crank 2 was great.
Bro, that's
Crank.
You talk about fun ridiculousness.
Crank
2.
Yeah.
So like this movie has a pedigree.
Yeah.
Also, this movie is, I believe, the executive producer was again Paul W.S. Anderson.
Yeah. Which he's responsible for Mortal Kombat and the Resident Evil movies.
So you can't escape this dude.
And then
he's got his hands in everything video game in some way, shape, or form.
And then, well, at least in a good way, because we actually kind of liked his movies. Pointing at you.
That first Resident Evil was a little shaky. Shaky, but I can't deny it.
So this, like, I'm talking about him. If you actually go into the way the movie shift and kind of plot, it was pretty much Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I know the vibe, and I guess that came from him.
Yeah,
his experience on that movie. They probably took some notes from him since he was executive producer. So, like I just chimed in here, there.
Yeah,
but the main thing is pretty much this is entirely accurate to the DOA video game story. At least the first 3 games. Yeah, because they have characters from 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
It surprised the hell out of me. I didn't like. You don't see him in the materials, like the promotional materials, but Brad Wong isn't here. The dude, the drunken fighter. You have Christy, who didn't appear to part 3. She was a main character in 3. Yeah, like front and center in this one. So yeah, it really, literally just goes through a lot of that stuff. The character of Donovan, I'm not 100% sure that he was in the first 3 games though. I think it was still Fame Douglas. And
I think it was that too. Yeah.
Because I think Faye Douglas was 1, Helena was 2, and I'm not sure of Donovan because there's some supernatural things going on in DOA, which again, here's a divide. Yes, I will admit this is very close to the game if you go beat by beat for the story. The tone, on the other hand, this is nothing like DOA because DOA takes itself super serious. At least the main fighting games, oh no, there was no room for laughs. The only characters that really are cheeky or funny are like the ones that they added way later, like this. There's like the idol you know, in Japan they have these girls that they sing. They're
Yeah.
basically pop stars.
Yeah.
There's an idol character. She's a funny-ish character, a ridiculous character. But Zack was the only real comedy piece in that game. Dennis Rodman, the really weird and eccentric black dude.
Yeah.
He was the only really like comedy relief character.
You had to tell yourself
So, yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not. He's one of the main sticking points that I had issues with in this movie.
Okay.
His character development was just. I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's spot on. Everything. I know. Japstar, you said Kasumi gave you issues with the Devon Aoki, her acting.
Boy.
For me, I get it.
Oh boy.
But I will say to your displeasure, it makes sense in the tone of the character. She was like the most deadpan, serious of everybody because that's the world that they established in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
You
Everything with her
know what?
is deadly serious.
See, okay, so in terms of seeing this movie in two eyes, that's how I did it with Silent Hill last week, where I saw it as a movie and I saw it as a video game.
Yes.
I wanted to say I liked it as a video game, but it didn't have the tone. And I think because it didn't have the tone I was expecting, kind of threw me off. Kind of like the way Thor Ragnarok threw me off. Mind you, I like that movie.
Okay.
Very much. But at first I didn't because I was like, wait, this doesn't feel like a Thor movie to me.
Yes.
As where this didn't feel like a D.O.A. game. They try to make it feel like a video game movie, but not a D.O.A. video game movie, if that makes sense.
I get it. They took the bits and pieces, the story bits are all there, the characters are all there, and their glory. Their bathing suited glory.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, they look like it. Listen, visually, everybody looks like everybody.
Except they don't
Bayman
all
looks
have the exaggerated proportions
Physics.
of the video. Because you know how Japan, they love to throw themselves some memories on some ninjas. That don't make no sense.
And
You ain't
physics.
doing no cartwheels and flip stack like that. I'm just saying. You're going to stumble a little bit. So
I get you. No, listen, I get you on that. And it had that in a weird way, but again, the tone of D.O.A., especially like the first few games, was like a serious story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it did not have it. It tried.
Like you
but
feel
it was
it.
kind of
You feel it trying to have it in this movie with the main plot, with the main villain, with his secret plot to steal the skills of everyone, which is kind of like never revealed until it happens. You always get the sinister undertones of the main well, let's just say who it is, of Eric Roberts as Donovan.
Yeah.
He doesn't always come off as having the best intentions, even from when you first see him. You know, this he's like an eccentric billionaire. Why does he have this mysterious murder island where you fight? Basically, you can fight to the death. You don't. It's not Mortal Kombat where you have to fight to the death. It's you fight till you're unconscious. But hey, it looked like some people died. Just gonna say.
Listen, the only thing this thing was missing was somebody breaking the fourth wall, saying, "Oh well, he's not the bad guy."
No, yeah, you're right about that. There was no fourth wall. Like I almost expected Zack to wink and nod at the camera at some point.
Yeah,
some of that. Almost Tina.
Yeah,
she almost did, but she was just that way. But for the most part, every character, if you said, okay, I'm gonna look at Tina Armstrong, aside from the overwhelming neglect of actual wrestling moves, she's almost spot on Tina from the game. She's got that. She's got the father who's the professional wrestler. She's got the carefree attitude where she just able to sit on a yacht in short shorts and get invaded by pirates, whoop their asses, and politely ask them to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Helps
like
one up.
Yeah.
Helped one
You know
up.
what I'm saying? It's like she has that really brash, like I'm just here to have fun and whoop ass attitude. But she doesn't do the wrestling moves that you expect, you know.
Yeah, that was my little. I'll say that was my little grip with her character. Other than that, I think she was one of my favorite characters. She made me laugh. And like the scenes that she got caught in, especially with Bass walking in and things like that, they were just stupid scenes and they were fun. But yeah, they could have easily put like a DDT, maybe a suplex.
She did a drop kick. She drop kicked Bass off the thing. That's the one wrestling move she did.
But like an actual wrestling move. Even one of her moves that she actually does in the game, like she does the suplex.
She did some of the strikes she has in the game.
Yeah.
There's a specific like jumping kick she does.
Yeah.
She did the kick.
Right.
She did like one of the specific like there's a special move she does where she spins and does a forearm and they like does the they even did the screen shake. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
They did signature moves for the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I would have just doing a suplex or some shit just to.
But
so she's a wrestler.
They didn't throw the wrestling moves in, so you know that's like why you ain't do that. Why you get everything else except that?
And also Bass, I kind of wish that he had like a world title on him.
Yeah, that was
just held his belt the whole time.
That'd been cool.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough Kevin Nash for me either. That was another one.
He was one of my favorite characters in the movie. Not in it enough, I feel, but he played his part perfectly.
Yeah.
I love the fight scene they had on the raft. I love the way he walked in on her and it was the whole the oops.
Yeah.
And it's not really what it seems with her in bed with the what was it?
Chrissy.
First thing,
Christy.
And then she was getting the acupuncture for Kasumi.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, like it has.
Does Christy know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I enjoy
like,
it.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So like, let me ask y'all. What were so we could pretty much just sit here and say all the things we liked about it.
Yeah.
But if anything, you had to pick. Besides a mission of wrestling moves, what did you actually not like about it?
The tone. For me, the tone.
Really? Okay.
The tone.
The thing is, I played Dead or Alive. I was never like intrigued with the story as it is. So me watching this, it was not like I had to be close to it. I saw what they did and kind of the added even like the volleyball. The extreme volleyball and things like that, I appreciated that. And I was like, all right, they added things like that into it. I was fine with it. And especially during the time, especially going into the Xbox when the D.O.A 3 came out, like it kind of started not taking itself as serious. And it started doing a lot of jokes within the games, like with extreme volleyball and things like that, with the storylines and things like that. So I was fine how that moved into this movie. I thought the characters were fine. Like Chrissy was my favorite character, and I think she had some of the best scenes. Period. She was gorgeous, but she was a badass, and she actually had some cool ass scenes. And it was just how she did everything was really dope.
I like the most. It kind of this movie actually subverted the expectation because the thing that I noticed a lot too was majority of the people doing the I don't want to say stunt work, but you see that these people actually were putting in the effort.
Yes, and that was 100% too.
In the fight scenes. Yeah. Like Christy, you can see her and see, I don't know their background. I assume they know the hell out of some martial arts stuff because specifically Christy's character and Helena's character, like they were going in and you could just see it was them. Yeah. The entire time. I like how Jamie Presley, like her moves and everything, it wasn't any type of overly complicated martial arts. Yeah. But you could see it was her doing majority of it. Yeah. But
I think it's a credit to him having that experience as a fight choreographer.
Yeah.
But I think that what made the movie more appealing too is the fact that the only time we saw like CGI was like with Kasumi with fucking doing the crouching tiger outside the thing and like going into the sky and shit.
When she that whole beginning kind of like, oh, this is not what I was expecting.
But see, you say that, but that is totally on brand for her character.
But like just in that general, like that was like the only time that was like OG like CGI. The rest of it was like fight scenes and things like that.
Yeah, it was like that beginning with all those warriors and the big ass temple and stuff. Yeah, and her doing that, and the Buddha where they got to the island. That was obviously CG. Yeah, and that's kind of the downfall. Not the downfall of the movie. That's my only part where I would give it negative points. And Zach. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring this up. In this movie, actor Brian White, which you guys were bringing up. He's been in a lot of stuff. He plays Zach, and I just couldn't rock with him. Like for all the way he looked like him, I didn't like the green mustache. Zach don't have a mustache. Get that out of here. He was a creep. He was like hella creepy. He was hella like the stuff you hear women talk about. Yo, I don't like this in anything. Like dudes, and it's just like the way he was all up on Tina, and
he was very Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. Woo, hit the nail on the head. But the thing about the characters in the game, they have this relationship where they know each other from the first game, right?
Yeah.
So they follow each other and they know each other, and from then they develop a relationship of, oh yeah, I know Tina. And Zach's always kind of more like, yes, he wants to go on a date with Tina, but he's more friendly and like wacky and silly, and not overly like grabby, touchy-feely, lecherous. And they really only play up that part when they go to the D.O.A. island part, because even there he's kind of like more of a benefactor.
Yeah,
they kind of play into that when he gets his ass whooped and he says, "My money's on you." That's kind of a nod to the D.O.A. beach volleyball games, because technically he wins one of the DOAs.
Yeah,
I think it's 2. He wins the DOA, he gets the money, and he goes and forms the volleyball island. So
that was part 2 he won. Yeah,
so see, there's a story reason for all that, and I like the little throwback nod, but he was super creepy, super just like, yo, what are you? She should stab you. Bash should straight up kill you. He should have got killed on the plane.
Yeah,
like,
right?
You don't say that to his daughter, like on a plane. Like, come on, bro. I mean, yes, she did stop him.
Yeah,
because again, there's that unsaid, but you feel that they're trying to play up that they know each other. There's a reason she's accepting all this.
Yeah.
Still, to me, it's like they played up the wrong aspect of that relationship, I feel.
Yeah.
It's more like him just being like, "Hey, Tina," you know, always like popping up and being like, "When we gonna go out?" Not, "Damn, girl, you know, you look good. Take some clothes off."
Sop,
you know, like,
sop you up like a biscuit, put you in a figure 4.
Almost basically said that. Come on.
My other complaint was Ryu Hayabusa.
Okay.
I wanted Ninja Gaiden, dude.
That would have been dope to see it.
Yeah. I didn't like this character either.
But you know what? If you heard somewhere down the line that Tecmo Koei was like, nah, I can respect that.
Yeah, I could respect that too.
Because Ninja Gaiden is like the flagship character for that company. And this movie was like Javstar says, the tone wasn't what the game's into. You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
if you would have said, I don't want the Ninja Gaiden looking Ninja Gaiden in this movie because that's not the character. Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, I understand that, but I wish I wanted to see Ninja Gaiden.
But I would like at least a throwback outfit.
Yeah, or at least like in the flashback scene and things like that, and they show him, and then
like he just comes back from a mission and he looks very Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. Other than that, like I really enjoyed the movie. I think the fight scenes, was the key to me enjoying it too, and just like the comedic stuff. And I thought the characters, all like the girls, mainly besides Kasumi, everyone played their parts well, especially Chrissy. Chrissy was my favorite character. 100% that. I liked Eric Roberts. I thought his scheme was cool. The freaking glasses and him being able to do martial arts. Seeing him do martial arts at his old ass age was hilarious. And I was like, go best of the best.
Yes, sir.
Like,
I also like, if you didn't notice it, that his hair changed color throughout the movie.
Yeah.
He had, when he was in the lab, he had straight up gray hair.
Yeah.
And whenever he was outside, he had the straight, the silver streak. He had a full-ass head of brown hair with one like strand of gray. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Also, I thought it was funny and kind of and low-key kind of racist how the island was somewhere in China because it's the only way you can get away with shit like that. It is what it is. You saw nothing but mad Chinese henchmen. Yeah. And and the funny part was, you remember, okay, there's a scene when Kasumi and Hayabusa meet up on the beach. They see Eric Roberts' character in the distance
Yeah.
because he's about to come to watch the volleyball game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he says, I need you to distract him. And then Hayabusa goes and murders people. I don't know if you caught that. He says, oh, I'm going to sneak in. And the first thing he does, the first guard that sees him, he snaps his neck.
Well, he saw him, so he was
And
not supposed
left
to be
him
seen.
dead on the ground. He didn't even use ninja stealth. What?
He's probably not that. He's probably the weakest ninja person in his clan.
Yeah, so he got to bring next.
Right. He's like, yo, that's why I gotta find Hayate because he's the guy.
Yeah.
I can't be the guy.
I'm not gonna lie, though. The fight scene that happens after that is really dope. Like the way he was, because he did the move again. They had nods from the games and the characters themselves. He did the shit that Hayabusa does.
Yeah.
He did the breakdancing kicks.
Yeah.
He didn't do the handstand, but he literally was doing the breakdancing. He was doing the fighting on the floor. Like that shit was awesome.
Yeah.
And the wire work in this movie was like, again, credit to having Corey Ewan on this.
Yeah.
The wire work was like impeccable.
Yeah.
Couldn't see wires. It looked good for the most part, except for, and this is like my down part of the movie, the last fight scene.
Yeah.
I thought that entire last fight scene could have been scrubbed from the movie.
Yeah.
It felt so out of character for them to be having a giant ensemble cast fight. But like having the wire work with the chains, fighting and flying in front of the Buddha, I'm like, this feels a little like they had to do a big cast get together and let's have the big group save the big group picture. Everybody comes together. I'm like,
that's exactly what happened in the end too. They did that whole Mortal Kombat scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That part with the Buddha fight and Eric Roberts getting his ass whooped felt a little whack.
Yeah. So what you review this movie and where it's going to be in your ranking?
I have to ask, what did I give Mortal Kombat?
1? It's number 1?
No, but like for score wise.
I think Mortal Kombat was number 5. Or was a 5?
So this one I would give a 4.5.
4.5?
Yes.
I
would watch this movie again.
Yeah, I watched it again before the cast and I enjoyed it. Like I really enjoyed this movie. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, it might be a 4.5 for me. How about you, Japster?
I'm gonna give it a 3 because the characters looked spot on. They acted the way they acted, sans a few little hiccups. But okay, so I remember playing the game a lot because of, at the time, if you remember, Mike, we were playing it a lot, like against each other. So in that respect,
Tristan and Rick. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So in that respect, there was a lot of time where I had to sit and like kind of sit through the whatever story mode it was. Mind you, I don't remember much of it, but I remember the tone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in that respect, those little things is what I was looking for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And certain people didn't act the way they were supposed to. Kasumi, it wasn't doing it for me. I don't know what it was. Maybe she wasn't doing it right, but it wasn't doing it for me. Tina was my favorite.
She was a straight up flat character. I get it. Yeah.
She was.
Her character was, again, it was the character. So I was like, you wouldn't like her anyway. She was literally emotionless.
That's true.
That's how she was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So in that I don't know. It just wasn't doing it for me. I thought I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a little disappointed by it. So that's why I gave it a 3. But it had a lot of spot on shit.
Yeah.
Not enough Kevin Nash though.
Not enough Kevin Nash.
So
2.5. I changed my mind. Not enough Kevin Nash. 2.5.
So our rankings right now, where you put?
I will say 2. This has my favorite fight scene of the movies we've watched. Helena and Christy on the beach when it was raining.
Yeah.
I was expecting some
good.
Cinemax grade levels, steamy, swanky.
Yeah.
Too hot for TV. Yo, that fight was intense, dude.
Yeah.
And the way she beat her, she caught her in the air and dragged her. Like, yo, that's grimy.
Yeah.
All right. That was brutal. So that was just a standout.
This is ranking number 2 for you?
Yes.
Oh, shit. So Mario got pushed away.
Yes.
Wow.
I may keep Mario at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And D.O.A. is going to take number 3.
Okay.
Wow. What was the 3 before, if you don't mind me asking?
Double Dragon.
Very fun movie. If you didn't go back and watch that, because I know you weren't watching with us at the time, go watch Double Dragon. That's a pretty good
Double
movie.
Dragon?
Yeah.
Is that on anything?
Tubi.
Stream-wise?
Tubi.
Okay.
Tubi has it.
Tubi has Double Dragon.
And I think I've watched it on... Yeah, I saw it on... I watched it on Tubi, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So I'll do our rundown of the rankings so far. If you would have done it with us through the whole time, I will have one for you too, Julio.
Yeah.
So
it's all good.
Right now, we did 16 movies. So at 1 right now is Mortal Kombat still. Number 2 for me is Mario. Number 2 for you is D.O.A. Number 3 for me is D.O.A. Number 3 for you is Mario. Number 4 is Double Dragon. Number 5 Street Fighter. Number 6 is Tomb Raider. Number 7 is Resident Evil 2. Number 8 is Doom. Number 9 is Silent Hill. Number 10 is Resident Evil 1. 11 is Tomb Raider 2. 12 is Ring Commander. 13 is House of the Dead. 14 is Blood Rain. 15 is Mortal Kombat 2 for me. Alone in the Dark for you. And Alone in the Dark number 16. And MK2 for you.
Okay.
Next movie.
As long as that stays at the bottom, I'm happy.
Yeah. Next movie. I thought it was at Wimbo, but we have 1 week before that one. So is Resident Evil Extinction, the 3rd Resident Evil movie.
Oh boy.
So, yes. So,
oh man. Well, you know what?
Oh,
At least
boy.
I've never seen this one.
okay. This was in like the desert.
Is this the one with Mike Epps?
No, that's the second one.
No, he's in this one.
I think he's in
more.
this one too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in here more.
Which is the one where he had the 2 golden guns? Was that 2?
2.
That was 2. Okay, so 2 is the one I saw.
Yeah.
This one I didn't see. So okay.
I don't remember. I think I did see this one. I don't remember. This was in the sand and shit.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
debut of
definitely
Claire.
is.
Claire gets introduced in this movie.
Okay. Got it.
And there's A.D. Larry, the chick that was one of the thieves in Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Got you.
She was also in Heroes.
Yes,
Ah,
she plays Claire.
Yes.
Yeah, so our next verdict will be Resident Evil Extinction. That'll be 3,
Okay.
part 3. Anything else?
No, that's about it.
So let's wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening. Make sure you check us anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That's Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress. That is YouTube and SoundCloud. And we have the Facebook group, RedCycloneInc. Make sure you check out the SoundCloud and the YouTube, where you can also hear the Wrestling Babble podcast. And also the Not a Trekkie and the Games of Rage.
Yep.
And the Morphin Cast.
And
So-
Shell Shock.
Yes, thank you. And Shelter. Where can I catch you at, Merc?
Follow us on all social medias on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch TV,
Is that Vader
SoundCloud.
House?
SoundCloud, all Merc with the mic. Follow also the Facebook pages, the RedCycloneInc page, and the Wrestling Babble page. Follow again all our podcasts. We do the Game of Rage, Shell Shock, the Morphin Cast, Not a Trekkie, our guest but that's rare, Wrestling Babble, everything. Follow everything, like, subscribe, share, and a little news for Game of Rage. We might have our first interview podcast next month.
Nice.
In we're gonna be talking to the guy that owns Game On.
Nice.
The guy named Tristan. He's gonna be on Game On. He's the owner of Game On in Long Island. We're gonna have him on the cast, and we're gonna have a little discussion about his business and everything like that. So it might be the first interview cast we do as a podcast.
Wow.
So It's cool. It's a cool spot. So I'm excited for that. I kind of making questions on the side and things like that. So it'd be interesting cast.
Good stuff.
Tommy knew him for years, so it's something easy to do.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And yeah. So stay tuned. Not stay tuned, but peace out. Laters. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
No sandwich in the mask, please. Please.
Right. Food. There's so many crumbs in there.
Like, why you got such a big nose?
His mask used to be white.
Yeah. Like, why is it mustard color?
Oh.
Because it was hot dog night.
Eat a bunch of wieners.
Got Dorito
Max
dust.
Lizzie's. He's got an orange mask, and it's not because it's orange.
You know, when I picture
That's
us
Cheetos
talking
mask.
about this about Jinkies, I always think of Wimpy from Popeye. Jenkins has became our Wimpy
vibes.
of Popeye. Love you, Jinkies.
Listen, if he's chasing a pigeon with a grinder, that's something I want to see.
I could see that happening, especially if he's desperate for wings.
Yeah.
That's true. Ooh, I'm having wings today, matter of fact.
Nice. I'm gonna have chicken legs.
Nice.
Peace out.
Fuck me.
Laters. And